a horrible Yakuza fanfiction, Wound Licking by Bible. Now I found this from Archive of Our Own, so you know it's going to be a train wreck. What do you know? You have all your fingers, and the tip of his tongue mapped out shapes on Majima's paper-white skin. Kiryu left slick trails that look like silver river water in the light. Kiryu left saliva on that skin that looked like a fresh white rose. I've lost things too. Majima knew that. Kiryu smelled like expensive cologne and cheap shampoo, and he was warm and safe and boxed Majima in against the velvet of the couch with his broad shoulders. Not like a cage. Not like a cage at all. More like a blanket. A jacket. Majima's facial hair was unpleasant against Kiryu's mouth, like dull fishing hooks or a cat's tongue. But Kiryu dragged the flat of his tongue over his chin and jawline and upper lip anyway, lapping at him. Lapping at that milk-white skin. Majima's head tilted back, and he watched the muted television in his apartment play ad after ad. Colourful kanji assaulting this grainy footage. He didn't care for getting a new TV, so it stayed grainy. Like when you squeeze your eyes shut and see the static of your brain play brilliant and neon behind your eyelids. Majima tried it. Squeezed his eyes shut and pinched it hard and waited until the world narrowed down to Kiryu's soft lick-lick sounds and blobs of snot colour and cyan and colours without names bloomed in his vision. He could see it everywhere. Those meaningless colours. He could see it behind his bad eye. When he opened his eye again, he saw the fan of Kiryu's eyelashes. Blurry, his focus on the TV. On screen, a young boy poured milk into a glass with a large smile. Majima opened his mouth to speak, to apologise maybe, for doubting Kiryu's pain. No permanent physical lacerations to make him more dependent on another man. No, not true. Kiryu depended on Majima, first to make him stronger, second because he healed some spot in him where more and more absence was hollowing Kiryu out, third because, well, Majima didn't know for these things. It was beyond sex. Majima didn't know, but instead of an apology, Majima just said, I have all my fingers too anyway, don't know what I'm bitching about. Good thing too, Kiryu's hand found his. He squeezed it. Kiryu's hand was warm and the colour of tea-rich sun-up skies that you only see in movies. Or else he couldn't hold a sword so easy. Dagger, Majima corrected, smirking a little. Kiryu pulled away. He had started licking his face because Majima's nose kept bleeding. They had fought. And when they were at the construction site, Majima kept bleeding. It kept bleeding. Yeah. That red trickle sprung every time Majima spoke or screamed. Kiryu left with him early, feeling guilty and responsible. He didn't mean to do it. He got overzealous in his sparring, and once it stopped, the two of them sprawled on Majima's couch, which was the colour of his nosebleed. A napkin was shoved up his left nostril, and they watched a reality show for an hour before Kiryu had pulled out the napkin and licked away the dried, red crust under his nose. Majima shrieked at first, half delighted, half disgusted. Licking wounds. Kiryu found Majima's lips and he kissed him, over and over, sucking his lychee red bottom lip between his teeth, mouth sweet with a taste of vending machine soda. Majima kissed back, lazily, just soft catching motions that ghosted meaninglessly along Kiryu's adoring mouth. Kiryu kissed his cheeks, his jawline, licked him again, found his lips once more and plied his tongue out to softly lap at. Majima grunted. Those soft aroused noises, sweet breathy emissions like perfume being sprayed. Those were coming from Kiryu. Kiryu's face was radiating warmth, and Majima smelled his spit and his cologne, and heard his soft noises and felt the cooling wetness on his face, the fingers intertwined with his, that strong body boxing him in against the couch. He felt the breath against his neck. He felt Kiryu's tongue pressing against his teeth. He felt Kiryu's hand cupping his sloppy cheek, trailing his long fingers up the back of his scalp with little pleasant tingle-inducing scratches. He felt his fingers hook in the firm leather strap of his eye patch. He took it off. Kiryu's lips left his mouth, and they trailed to his eyelid. He kissed it, over and over. Majima! He whispered against it. His final breath feather-light against the lilac petal eyelid. Flat and tired, Kiryu kissed the black, inky eyelashes, the sallow, dark stain of sleeplessness beneath it. I love you. Majima held onto his hand tighter. He didn't say anything, but he felt some strange adoration needle at his chest. Some weird anti-individualism. I and you, and the strongest man he'd met. I and you, Majima and Kiryu, sitting in a tree. He didn't know what it meant. Kiryu could break his teeth with a golf club and it'd be clearer. But Kiryu was boxing him in, lapping at him, saying I love you, kissing his bad eye, saying I love you. Majima wanted to take a needle and thread and tie them together. Majima wanted to stay on this couch, pipe your lick till he died, till Kiryu was grey and old and Kiryu said I love you. Majima registered that he himself was you. He let Kiryu lick away his blood and then, from his good eye, the clean tracks of his salty tears. Kiryu held his hand. It was stripped from its protective leather, like his eye. And it held Kiryu's back.